Alright, hello everyone, it's Team Rocket Draws here with another Pokemon drawing, and for this video guys, we're gonna be drawing Volcarona. So as you guys can see on screen, this is how it ends up looking like. So if you guys want to learn how to draw it, then let's get started. I'm also gonna put up a reference right now on screen, that way it's easier for you guys to draw, and at the same time you guys will get all your details. Just keep in mind guys that we are gonna start out by doing a sketch, and then from there on you guys are gonna do your final drawing. So remember to do your lines light. And we're actually going to be doing something different with this tutorial guys. I'm just going to try something that I used to do, but yeah, let's just jump into it. So we're doing this live, so here you guys see my hands moving, and I had a comment that somebody made. They were stating how like different points, you know, in doing my videos and how to improve them and stuff like that. And obviously being a content creator, I already kind of know some of those, and it's easier said than done, but I wanted to try something different, so we're gonna be doing this one live. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys prefer this way, or you guys just like my usual just speeding up, because I tend to speed up my videos for a few reasons. And if you guys just want to get straight to the tutorial guys, I'll put a timestamp on the video so you guys can skip to it, just in case you guys don't want to listen to me blab on. But so usually before I used to do them live like I'm gonna be doing in this video, but then people were saying that it was too slow, like it was taking too long, like the video was really long, so people were complaining. So then I decided to speed it up and then have people just pause the video at their own pace and just draw step by step and stuff like that. Well, then I had people complaining about that it's too fast and this is not step by step. So it's kind of hard because I do one thing and then people complain about it. I do a different thing and then other people complain about it. So you're never gonna satisfy anybody, like you're never gonna do like a perfect job. So we'll see, you know, the differences between those videos that I speed up and this one. So I'm gonna try to go a little bit faster than normal, but yeah, just let me know in the comment section below which ones you guys prefer. I could do maybe an in-between where I can make them maybe around 20 minutes long, because I always try to make them like under 15 or around 15, but I could even do them 20 minutes long, you know, and stuff like that. Alright, so now for the video guys. Here we have a circle which is gonna be the size of the head. This is the main circle that we're gonna base everything out of, and then I decided to go ahead and split it in half. And the reason that I started the circle ahead of time and I didn't do it on camera was for a few reasons. One, I have a hard time doing the circle when I'm looking at it at an angle, and two, just to get it quick, you know, quicker, just get it all set. And then another one is that I wanted to make sure that it was gonna fit, because this circle right here, it's gonna be 1 2 3 4, so there's gonna be the length of the body is gonna be 4 circles long. So this is kind of like a way to measure. So yeah, so it's basically 4 of these. So yeah, let's just jump into it. I like using just any pencil. Obviously they recommended also stating the supply, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And this was Art Fun, by the way guys, just a shout out to Art Fun. So I'm just using a, you know, a normal mechanical pencil. This is a 0.7. I tend to use normal pencils, just like regular pencils as I have here, but just to make it a little bit cleaner, the lines a little bit cleaner, I'll be using just the normal mechanical pencil, but I do prefer the original pencils, the number 2s. I also like using a spare piece of paper, and I recommend these because they come in handy. I just folded up a normal computer paper and just folded it in half. And the reason I like using these is just because, one, you know, it prevents me from smudging the pencil, and then two, I could use it to measure as a ruler, to measure like different things and stuff like that, which that's what we'll be using. So if you guys have a spare piece of paper, a ruler works as well, but I like the spare piece of paper because we could write on it and write little notes if we have to. So for example, here before, you guys can see that I've used it. I put an H and then a line, so this means half circle, and then this one has a C, which to me says circle. So that's why you guys see previous lines in there, because this is what I like to use. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get the edge of the paper, measure it, the length of the circle. And this is not a perfect circle, by the way guys, this is just as close as to I can make it, you know. by hand without using anything to do it. So as long as you guys get it like a nice circle, the easier it will be to follow the tutorial, as well as the better that you guys make these lines right in the middle, the easier it will be to follow as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and measure it. Let's just jump into it. So this is going to be a circle, and then we'll put a V for Volcarona, that way we can remember. So C, V for Volcarona. Another thing that we're going to measure is actually half of the circle, which just happens to be in the same line right here. So we're just going to go half, and then we'll put V for Volcarona, right? So this is half of the circle, and this is the full length of the circle. So now we're going to do a straight line that goes down, and I'm just going to use a square piece of paper just to make the line go straight. And we're gonna just right now, we're just gonna go ahead, we're not gonna worry where how far to do it. We're just gonna go ahead and do a line. We'll just erase it once we get it. But now we're gonna measure the length of another circle right here. So we're gonna do a line right here, and this one I'm making it a little bit longer because we're also gonna cut this part in half. So I say that half between, oh, I guess we don't have to do that. We could just go ahead and measure this line right there. So this is half of the circle, so we'll just put a little C right here just so we can remember that this is the circle. And then yeah, that one's a little bit smaller. I tend to make these longer than the middle one. So let's go ahead and do that as well over here at the top. So in between the middle and the edge, we're gonna look for the middle, and I gotta say it's around here. Same thing over here, and it doesn't have to be perfect, guys, but once again, the better that you guys make it, the easier it will be to follow the tutorial. These are just like guidelines that we're gonna use later on. All right, so now from this we're gonna do another circle, which is roughly around here. Once again, this doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it's roughly around there. So now we're gonna look for the middle. I guess we don't have to either, we could just, oh, and I got it perfect as well, just by eye. So we're gonna do a C right here. All right, so now the circle, the length of this is gonna be 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, and then we're gonna do another one down here. So half of the circle there, and then the circle right here. So half of the circle here and the full circle here. So we're just gonna go ahead and erase this right here. And that's why I decided to do the circle ahead of time, just because I knew it was gonna fit here in the video. Alright guys, so now this is gonna be the length of Volcarona, and now we could go ahead and start doing some of the other stuff. So for example, we're gonna go in the first circle, the first line right here, and we're gonna go a little bit above that to like around here, and we're just gonna do a straight line. This is just gonna be a reference line, and this one is not gonna go further than the edge of the circle right here. So right here, and it's just gonna go this way, and we're gonna measure from this middle line going down that way. So now we're gonna measure from the bottom right here. We're gonna measure a circle. So if this is the edge, I'm gonna measure up to here. So this is one line right there, or one circle, I mean circle. So C for circle, and then we're gonna do half a circle extended beyond that. So half Volcarona right here. Yeah, I measured this right because I don't want to confuse it with this one. So let me once again, there we go. All right, so now half Volcarona, we're gonna go right here, and we're just gonna measure it all the way to the end right there. So this is gonna be how far to do the body. All right. Alright, so now that we have this, guys, let's go ahead and start to do the body. Actually, this one right here, let's extend it a little bit further, just around here. Alright, and it doesn't go too much beyond the circle right there. Alright, so let's just do a little line right there just so we can know where it's at. Alright, so now let's look the middle between this, and we're gonna split it around here. And this is not like, we don't have to measure the circle to this. I mean, we can if you guys want to have it a little bit more specific, but basically, see, like right here, this is half. So this is the circle right here, which is a little bit, you know, too far. So we're just gonna go ahead and use the side of the head right there. All right, so now that we have this, guys, we're just gonna connect this to around here, and we're just gonna kind of curve it like this. Remember to do your lines light, since we're gonna be doing some erasing. All right, now that we have that, let's go ahead and do the other side, which is gonna come out around here. and it's gonna end around here, guys, not even on that line right there, but just before. And we're just gonna go like this and just kind of curve it. So we're gonna round this area up, and we're just gonna curve it and kind of meet it right here. So it's gonna be nice, like a nice angle right here. So there we go. So he's gonna be fairly big. There we go. So now that we have that, that's why I like making these lines and whatnot, these reference lines, just to make it a little bit easier. All right, guys, so now this is the circle, right? So now we're gonna look for half right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a reference line. Just do it to the left side. It doesn't have to, it doesn't matter. Actually, let's just use this and make a reference line going down parallel to this one, and let's just go a little bit further. Let's go to around here. All right, now that we have this, let's go ahead and do a line from this dot right here to right here where these two meet. So let's just go ahead and make this reference line go like that. This is gonna help us do the shape of the bottom of a Volcarona. So this is just like the center line for that. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna connect and do the rest of the body right here. So now here we're gonna go up a little bit, and then this line from right here, we're actually gonna make it straight and just try to make it parallel to this one. And then let's just go ahead like that, and then let's just slowly start curving it around here like that. There we go. So that's the bottom part of Volcarona. All right, so now let's do the same thing over here. Let's just actually do a straight line, and this one is gonna meet over here, but this one we're actually gonna extend it going down, and this one is gonna be, so this is the first circle, and then this is the middle of the circle, right? We're actually gonna do a reference line from this one. So this is the first circle coming out, and above that, so it's a circle and a half, I guess, we're gonna do a reference line and just continue this down, and this is gonna help us know how far to do this line straight. So once we get to this part, we're gonna start curving it slowly, kind of like make it, you know, round, and we're gonna connect it to this one over here. So let's go ahead and just figure out how we're gonna do this. So I tend to do it lightly, and then once I have it lightly, I start going over a few more times and kind of like darken it up on the one that I like. All right, so I'm not happy with this. It looks too square, you know, it looks more of a square. So let's just try to round this off a little bit more. So I might have to do it a little bit higher and do it like that. All right, there we go. I'm happy with that now. All right, so now we got the basic body of Volcarona, guys. Now from here on, we're gonna do, everything is gonna be details. We basically got the shapes on how to do it. So from here, we're actually gonna start and doing one of the wings. I think the wings is gonna come in handy. So around here, like the middle of the circle, we're just gonna go make a reference line, and this is where we're gonna do a straight line. All right, we're gonna go up. So we're gonna go at this angle. Yeah, let's just go at this angle. If not, we could just always fix the wing later. We just kind of want an idea where the wing is gonna be, and this wing is actually gonna be 3 circles. No, 1 circle, 2 circles, 2.5 circles. So let's just measure it. All right, so this is the circle of Volcarona. We're gonna do a line right there. This is 1 circle. Do over here 2 circles, and then from there we're gonna do a half circle Volcarona. Wait. Let's just make sure that we're not confusing. Boom. Boom, and then a half circle Volcarona right here. All right, so this is how far we're gonna do the wing right here. All right, so now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and try to get the wing shape a little bit. So we're just gonna go ahead, and since this is the tip, we're just gonna kind of curve it, and it's gonna meet up around, gotta say around here. And let's just go ahead and get this shape right here. And then let's just go ahead and start kind of working on the shape a little bit. and then we're gonna go down here as well. And right here where it starts, just by looking at the reference, it seems like it's gonna be around the same level as the bottom of the head. So we could do a reference line. We don't have to do it, but we could just use it to guide us. And this is where the bottom wing is gonna start, the bottom of the wing, that is. And we're just gonna go ahead, kind of curve it, and we're just gonna go ahead and get the shape. We could always work on the shape later on. You know, we're just trying to sketch it out and get an idea where it's gonna go. It doesn't have to be perfect. But let's just go ahead and do that. So now we got the size of this. So basically now it's gonna be kind of like a round shape right here for Volcarona. So I think I did a little bit too big, but hopefully I'm able to fit it in the video where you guys are not seeing the side of my desk and stuff like that. I kind of just like keeping the whole video on the paper, but we'll see from there on. Alright, so now that we got one of the wings, now it's just gonna be easy doing the rest. Alright, so now we're gonna work right here on the side of the face, and we're gonna do one of the side, I'm not sure what it is, but the thing that comes on the side of his face, and it's actually gonna start around here, a little bit lower than the circle. We're gonna go, and this is the middle right here, right, of the circle, of a quarter of the circle. We're just gonna go a little bit to the right of that. And this is basically where it's gonna end, so it's just gonna curve up a little bit like this, and it's gonna come out right here. So now we need to meet this with that right there. So now it's just a matter of curving it and just kind of making it round right here and just making it flow with each other. There we go. Now that we have this, we could go ahead and do the rest of the shape, which goes around here, comes out. It gets a lot thicker right here in the middle, so we're using this as a guideline right here, the circle. And then we're gonna go up, actually straight up, and then it's gonna go up around this high. We could always change the height later on. We're just trying to get the shape set. Alright, so now we're just gonna connect it to right here, make it all flow with each other. There we go. So now we got one of the sides right here of Volcarona. Now this is gonna help us do the rest of the head right here, because now we're actually going to make a reference line right here, because this is gonna be like all 3 points, like the point of the face, and then the other side, I don't know what that is, a wing, little wing on the face. They're all gonna be at the same level right here, so we can just do a reference line like that. Alright, so now we're actually gonna use this right here and do the rest of the face, which is gonna go like around here. Just gonna kind of connect, kind of like a straight line right there, and then it's gonna go up a little bit, and then it's just gonna connect with this circle like that. Alright, so this is gonna be now the shape of the head of Volcarona. Alright, so now let's work on the eye a little bit since we're right here. So we're gonna cut this piece right here, so you guys can see the little triangle right there, and we're actually gonna go a little bit above this middle line. We're actually gonna barely go into this this part of the circle, and now we're gonna, this is the size of the eye, so now we could just make it into kind of like an oval shape like that. Like I said before, we could always use, so if you guys notice, this is the middle right here. This is the circle, the edge of the circle, this is the middle, this is the middle line that we did earlier. So yes, you know, it doesn't go further than that, but this is the eye right there. We could always work on the shape of the eye later on, but let's just go ahead and add the little details just so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see, a little bit more pleasing to the eye. So that's the eye right there. All right, so now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and do this other wing that it has on the face. So this one actually goes pretty high up, and now that I'm looking at it, it seems like it goes about half of the circle high from the body right here. So half Volcarona, so it should roughly go like this high. We could go ahead and change that just to make it flow a little bit better and make a little bit more sense, but it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Like, we don't necessarily have to have it this way. So we're just gonna go ahead and do it a little bit bigger. All right, so now we're gonna do the other side. So from the middle of the circle right here, we're just gonna go a little bit to the left, and this one's not gonna go as high as this one. If you guys look on the reference, it's a little bit lower. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this right here. There we go. And now let's go down here and start it off at the bottom. So I don't like just starting here and just going down. I like starting at one point and then on the other one, and then just kind of meeting in the middle. So now around here it's gonna come out, right? It's the same level as these right here. It's gonna kind of follow the shape of the head right here, parallel to it, right? Just gonna kind of follow the shape like that. And then it's just gonna start curving into the shape right here. Okay, I'm looking at the reference and I'm just trying to get the shape right there. There we go. All right, so now we got that part of the face, and now we're actually gonna do this lines that it has, these small details that it has. So a little bit to the left of this little point right there, we're just gonna make a line. And then we're gonna curve this line and kind of try to connect it with the top without really doing so, just following like that direction. And this one kind of starts curving down because it wants to meet like right here in the middle. All right, here we go. All right, so now that we have that, guys, we could go ahead and start erasing some of these lines. For example, let me just go ahead, push my eraser in there. Like now we don't need them anymore. These are just gonna get in the way, so we could just go ahead and erase them. And by the way, I'm sorry if you guys could hear a fan or any background noises. It's just really hot at the moment right now, and especially having all these lights, I need some sort of fan facing me and also the camera, just because I don't want it overheating and having to stop the video. So there we go. Now the same thing on the inside right here. We don't need these anymore. There we go. Now I don't want to like smudge the rest of the paper right there, so I don't want to press too hard on my hand right here. Hopefully I didn't move too much. Sorry if I did. All right, there we go. And this is Art and Fly brand. It's just like a generic brand eraser that I bought on Amazon. I can't remember, it was no more than $10. I can't remember exactly how much it was, and it's just an electric eraser, guys. It just takes batteries, AAA batteries, and it just has different like eraser. It comes with a bunch of erasers and a button, and it basically just spins like that. All right, so now that we have this, guys, we have Volcarona right there. So now what we could do is kind of like go over the lines a little bit more. Since we did some of that erasing, some of these lines might have gotten a little faded. Let's go ahead and keep the lines again. There we go. The same thing on the eye. And there we go. Forgot to erase that one. And I'm just gonna put this paper down here, that way we could not smudge the rest of it. All right, so we basically got the face. The only thing we need to do now is to do the eye on the other side. And if you guys look at the reference, the eye actually is not at the same level here. It's actually a little bit lower, so the top of the eye is gonna be roughly around here. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this, and it's gonna meet up to around the bottom of the circle right here, like that. So it's a little bit under for some reason, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it the same way. All right, and there we go, guys. We got the face of Volcarona. All right, so now to do the rest, the half of the circle, this is the bottom of the circle, this is the full length of the circle down here, but in the middle half of the circle, we're actually going to do a reference line. This is going to go across, just make it parallel to the main line that we did earlier. And this is just going to help us do his little arms that he has. So around under this right here, we're just gonna do kind of like this circle shape, and actually like seed shape, I guess you would call it. Actually goes outside of the line, so it's kind of like the seed shape. And there's another one, this one kind of goes a little bit further. It doesn't go beyond this side, so we could do another reference line just to help us and know not to do it beyond that. And we're just gonna start it around here, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Like that. This might take a couple tries to do. Just try to make them the same size. And then there's another one that doesn't go below this right here. So just try to get it like that. So another one over here. Just try to make it the same level here once again. We can work on these a little bit later, guys. We're just trying to kind of get an idea where we're placing them. Alright, we'll work on the shapes and the size a little bit later. We just want to place them to guide us. Alright, so now to do the bottom of Volcarona right here, guys. Alright, so now we're going to do a line from this right here. From the middle, from that we did. We're going to meet it down here. So we're actually going to go here where these meet right there. Go a little bit down, but kind of at an angle. Like this. And now we're gonna make the middle black section of Volcarona. So now this one's actually gonna go up, and it's actually gonna meet with the line that we did earlier. I guess we never did a line around here, so let's just say this right here. We'll use these as a guide and do it a little bit to the right of that. So we're gonna kind of curve it. So now we need to kind of like connect this, but round it off a little bit as well. There we go. Hopefully you guys don't get confused with so many reference lines here and there. I know it does get confusing, but once we get the sections here, we'll go ahead and erase some of them. Alright, so now we're going to continue this one going up, and it's going to meet with this one right here. So the same thing. Just kind of go parallel with this line, and then we're just gonna meet it and connect it. So like that. Bam. Alright, so now that we have that, we could go ahead and erase this line that we did earlier and that reference line like that. We're gonna keep this one right here because this is still, we're gonna use that as the guide to do more stuff. Well, let's just go ahead and erase that one. Alright, and the same thing with this one right here, the one that connected it. There we go. So now we got the middle section of Volcarona right here. Now we could go ahead and start doing this side over here. So this is the bottom side, so we're gonna go ahead and go up a little bit, and then we're just gonna do this line parallel exactly to this one. So we're just gonna start around here, just gonna go parallel, just, you know, the same far away. Just kind of start doing it, and then this is actually gonna go in, you know, it's gonna be behind the fur, but we're gonna stop it around here. It doesn't have to go all the way to the up, in other words. There we go. All right, so the same thing down here. We're just gonna do that part because it connects down here. Actually, these should roughly kind of start at the same, you know, kind of like if they meet up. So they should roughly start at the same time. So let me just go ahead and redraw this right here and kind of do that. There we go. Alright, so we got that much done. Alright, so now let's go ahead and do some of the details on Volcarona right here. So one of the details that we're gonna have is, so we got one circle right here, and then the other circles right there. Alright, so now we do a parallel line from the second circle and go a little bit lower. We're gonna do this line that curves like this, and it doesn't have to be perfect, like I said, it's just roughly around here. And then this one is gonna actually go straight and connect to this right here, and then it's just kind of gonna go down like that, and then this one's just gonna go down here. There we go. Alright, so now there's gonna be another one, and this one is gonna start around, so let's go again, one circle, and now we're gonna do half, which is this line right here. It's gonna start parallel around here, and it's just gonna go up, and then this middle line, you guys can probably still see it. We're just gonna kind of, that's like the middle of it, so now we're just gonna curve it down like that. And now the same thing with this one, since it's on the other side, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. We're gonna go a little bit lower where that is, and we're just gonna do this line right there. Alright, so now for over here, we're gonna do it straight once again, and it's gonna meet the side right here to this, and then it's gonna go down. There we go. So now we're starting to get the shape of Volcarona right there. Alright, so now that we have that, guys, we could go ahead and do basically the fur, and once we get the fur, we're gonna do the wings, and that's it. So we're fairly close to it, so I'm sorry if some of these lines are confusing you guys. Like I said, I mean, he's not that easy, so you guys got that. But yeah, so now to do some of the fur. Alright, so now the fur is, because we're just going to use these lines as a guideline to know where to do the fur. Alright, so for this point right here, we're going to do this line that we did earlier, and it goes a little bit lower, and now we're going to do this like kind of like triangle shape like that, right? And now we're going to go up here because this is where it starts, so it's going to kind of follow this line that we did earlier. And then it's gonna go like this. There's a smaller one here, and this doesn't have to be perfect at all. Just trying to get like roughly where it is, and then this one's gonna meet up to around here like that. Alright, like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect, guys. No one said that this had to be perfect. Alright. Alright, so now the other one, we're gonna start it right here in the circle. So from the middle line right here to this right here that we did earlier, you see it's the length of a circle. We're gonna do this right here, because none of these go beyond this point right here. So we could even do a reference line going under this one that we did, and none of them are gonna go under that. All right, so now the other one starts here and actually overlaps that one, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Goes like that a little bit, and then like that, goes up a little bit again, goes like that, and then another one here, and then it just goes like that. So this is gonna be it's gonna take a little bit to do, just because there's no real way of doing this, easy way I guess. It's just a matter of knowing where to do them. But I'm gonna go ahead and erase this reference line that we did earlier for the bottom of these, just because it's not needed and I don't want to add too many. It's just a way for you guys to know how, you know, that it doesn't go lower than that. So if it helps you guys, go ahead and leave it, but I already know it doesn't go lower, so I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it like that. Alright, so now around here we're gonna do the other one. So this one actually goes outside of the body, and then it goes up. There's another little triangle, another one comes out of it and actually goes beyond this line right here, and it goes back inside the body like that. All right, so now we got 1, 2, 3, and now we need to do the fourth one. So now the fourth one is going to come out around here. Once again, it doesn't go below this, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like you guys can tell right here, I went a little bit under the line. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just like a guideline, you know, that it doesn't go further than that. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Now we're gonna do this here. It's another spot, and now we're gonna meet this one up here, like that. All right, small details. Now this one actually has another part that sticks out, so we're just gonna go ahead and do these right here like that and meet back in there. There we go. So now we got that done. We could go ahead and erase this line right here. Like, we don't need it no more. So we could just go ahead and erase it and just start clearing some of these areas. That way it's not confusing, because just having so many reference lines, it will confuse you. So this one right here, this one as well, and the inside of this one right here, we don't need them anymore. Go away. This one as well. So these lines right here, this reference line, this was just to help us know how big to do it, so anybody could draw it. There we go, guys. And look at that, just by erasing some of those reference lines, there we have them. We got Volcarona now, and we're able to see a little bit easier now. So now it's just about adding details. All right, so now up here, guys, we have one more. This one kind of comes up like that, goes in, comes up like that, and then it actually meets up to this wing right here. We could always work on these a little bit better later on our final drawing. Once again, we're doing a sketch. There we go. So now from here as well, that's another one. This is actually more of a, these are just plain simple triangle shapes. The one there, smaller one here, and then a really small one here, like that. All right, so that's basically all of the fur right there. We just connect these right here like that, since it is connected. And now for these as well, I think I like these. I like the shape of them. I like the size. They're not perfect, but they will do. Alright, so I like where they're at. So now we're basically done, guys. Now, if you guys notice, he does have some small details. For example, there's one here, like right in the middle of the 4 fingers or the 4 hands. I don't know what they are. It's just a small line right there. Another one here at an angle. Another one on this side. He has 2 more over here, like that. It has some more over here. Once again, we could erase this line right there, some of these reference lines. Ooh, starting to look cool. Alright, so we're basically done, guys. Now it's just a matter of doing the wings. So I'm sorry if it's too long already. Just go ahead and do some of these lines over here as well. So this one's around here. Just try to make them parallel to these up here, like at the same angle and stuff. Another one here. And then there's the last one, it's around here. Now over here, there's one around there. And I actually might work on this a little bit. I'm not too happy with this part. I might work on that later on. But for right now, we're just gonna go ahead and I just don't like how far it comes out. I feel like it's too big, so let me just go ahead and fix it. I already know where it's gonna go, like that. Actually, it comes out a lot right there. Let me go ahead and redo that. Like that. So now there's a line there, there's a line over here, there's another one around here, and there's another one that comes out of the eye right there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so we basically got that now. Alright, so now to do the rest of the wings, guys. So we're gonna have one that comes out around here, like to the left of this little part right there, and it's not gonna go higher than this wing up here. So once again, you guys can do a reference line, and I'm just gonna do it just so it could help me as well, but I know not to do it that far. And now on the side of the eye right here, or the face, we're gonna go about this much, alright, around here. So from here to here, we're just gonna do this little mark. So I know that the wing, it's gonna be around here. So now it's also gonna meet up at the top right here. So we're just now gonna connect these like that. All right, so now I know this part is supposed to be like that. I know it starts around here. So now let's just try to meet them in the middle, right? So it kind of curves in a little bit, and then it kind of goes up. And it, once again, it doesn't go as high as the other one. And so I'm gonna say around there, and then we're just gonna try to make it flow and connect around here. And then we'll kind of like look at it, look at it at an angle. It might be a little bit too small, I feel like. So let's actually make it a little bit taller. So once again, just use this, and now we can just once again curve it down here and meet it. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Alright, so we got those two wings. So now let's work on the left one right here. So this one, it's gonna be around here where the fur ends, right? So we're just gonna go around here, start curving it in, and then we're also gonna start over here. Like I said, I like starting on one side and then the other, and then just meet in the middle. It just makes it a lot easier. So this one meets around the bottom right here where this line is. So we can just do a reference line, and then this one just goes up, and then let's just try to, hopefully I'm able to fit all this on the camera, on the screen, I'm sorry, like that. I don't want to go too far to the side. I like how that one looks. So this one might stick out, guys, so I apologize. All right, so this one seems like we could work on this a little bit more. Try to work on the shape a little. It goes in like that. Yeah, let's keep it. I might have gone a little bit too far, but I like how that looks, so we're gonna keep that. Now this one should be roughly around the same level as this one right here, so we can just do a reference line. And if you guys notice, it doesn't meet up properly, and if you guys look at the reference, it actually starts a little bit higher than that. So we're just gonna go ahead, and as long as it doesn't look too off, then we'll just keep it, right? And I might not be able to fit this one. Alright, so now down here as well, once again, it kind of starts around the same level as this one, roughly around where the fur starts and ends. And this one actually gets, this part right here is hidden, but we're gonna go ahead and still do it. Just kind of get the shape. Once again, we're just trying to get the shape there. We'll work on it later on. Alright, that might actually be able to fit on the camera, and I'm not too happy with this shape right here, but for now we're gonna keep it. And now we're gonna do the last wing, or the second to last wing. So this one starts up here, kind of goes down, and this wing actually doesn't go lower than this point right there. Actually, it goes at the same level, so we could do a reference line to know not to do it longer than that, right? So now it goes like that, and then it kind of curves in a little. Let's just try to work with this shape to make it fit, and it's all natural. Now curve it up like that, and this one's gonna meet up around here where we did this right there. So now we can just connect them. Like that. There we go. We could work on the shape a little bit more as well. I feel like mine's a lot thinner than it looks on the reference, so let's go ahead and not have it go in too much like that, and just kind of curve in. Like that. Alright, so now for the last one, the other one starts around here, kind of curves up like this, and then it kind of goes down. Once again, it doesn't go lower than that, comes out around here. So this is just it's hidden right, and we basically got done, guys. So this might actually be kind of long. It seems like it's 46 minutes in, at least on the video that it shows. For the actual footage, because at the beginning I kind of had to, it took me a little bit at the beginning, so it's gonna be around 40 minutes long, guys, unfortunately. So that's why I don't like doing these, just because people are gonna complain that they're too long. But let me know. Let's erase this one. And I tend to use 3 different erasers: my pencil eraser, my smaller one that I tend to use to erase like the whole drawing, and then this one for the details. But yeah, so there we have it, guys. We got Volcarona. Now it's just a matter of adding like just small details, going over it, making any changes that you guys might not like on your sketch. For example, some of the smaller details is the little like spots that it has. So I know it has one there, it has another one around here. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect, and then it has like others in throughout, right? It has more right here. These seem to be around the middle right here between this and that. That's another one around here. Just try to make these the same size. They seem to be smaller than the hands, and then this one's a lot smaller. That goes right there, and has the other ones here. Small one here, and another one up here. Yeah, there we go, guys. See, just adding the smaller details, it starts you start seeing Volcarona. Has a smaller one here. Once again, I'm using the other ones that I did. For example, this one and this one are roughly the same size, so I'm going back and trying to make these the same size, right? So another one around here. This one's actually a little bit bigger. That's another one over here, and then a smaller one around here. Another one over here. All right, there we go, guys. So we got a rough idea of where all these go. Now it's just a matter of making any changes to your sketch. So this is where you just kind of get an overall look at it, like what looks odd, what looks weird. For example, I don't like this wing, so I'm gonna work on this wing to make it better. I'm just gonna go over it and just make any changes without even looking at the reference. Just kind of looking at it and being like, all right, I don't like how this looks. The eye looks funny, maybe this wing looks weird, this does something here doesn't look good. So now we can make those changes and finish off our actual drawing. But that's basically gonna be the end of the tutorial, guys. I'm gonna do a speed up version of me coloring it and then outlining it, but I'm not gonna go over it. I don't want the video to be too long. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, let me know in the comment section below if you guys prefer me doing it this way, like a live commentary. Although it is gonna take a little bit longer, like you guys saw, I might have to, you know, just not talk as much and maybe just go into it. But let me know in the comment section below how you guys prefer, you know, your tutorials, this way or just sped up and you guys just pausing at your own pace. Just any advice you guys can give me, I'll welcome. But yeah, so I'm gonna go over this sketch. I'm gonna redraw it, guys. And before I go, I guess I'm just gonna say like I usually say. So after you have your sketch done right here, A lot of people do different things. For example, one of the things that you guys see me normally doing is just erasing the whole sketch, like just completely erasing it, you know, and just redrawing it, making it all nice. Another thing that you could do, which is what I'm gonna do on this one, is I do have my outliner, and before I do that, I'm just gonna go back, make any changes, fix any wings, fix any little details that I don't like, anything that I can make better. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on my sketch, and then I'm just gonna use the outliner, and I'm just gonna do the final outline and fix everything. And then once I have that, once I'm gonna let it dry and just use this eraser and just completely erase all the pencil, and I'll be left with my outline. And yeah, so that's what I'll be doing, guys. So it might look a little bit different, not by much, but you guys might see some small changes on the final drawing. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe for more videos, and I guess I'll just catch you guys on the next one. Team Rocket Draws out.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.